Today at the Cancer Showcase, we're with Alicia Moreland, who is part of the Pink Warriors. We are getting a tradition again with Alicia's Pink Pumpkin Painting Party, right?
Very good, yes.
And we've been involved this about 12 years?
We think it's 12, but neither one of us can remember, but we think it's 12.
That's kind of one of the lightning things, isn't it? So what are we doing here?
So what we're doing is kind of multifaceted approach. Alicia's Pink Pumpkin Painting Party started because my old boss actually ended up with breast cancer, and she didn't catch her mass until it was it was giant, okay? Yeah. So instead of having the minimum treatment, she ended up having to have the maximum treatment. But she was a busy woman who didn't think cancer could happen to her. So over the years, it's kind of morphed and grown, but it's to raise awareness for breast cancer awareness, but also to remind ladies to get their mammograms, and also encourage them to get their mammograms, because we have survivors here in the tent that can attest to how nerve-wracking it can be after you've been diagnosed and you get a clean bill of health, but you're still going every 6 months, how nerve-wracking it can be. And so this is just a way to show a camaraderie and help folks, have that courage. And over the years, it's kind of changed. Like I said, we now are raising funds for Ellis Fischel, the Cancer Research Fund at Ellis Fischel. We've also raised funds for the mammography fund for ladies who cannot afford mammograms, who kind of fall in weird situations where insurance may or may not cover, or things like that. So, but this year, we say that Alicia's Pink Pumpkin Painting Party, all the Pink Warriors and the Pink Army, were equal opportunity cancer haters. So
haters, yes.
It's the only time it's okay to hate. So we are raising funds for cancer research this year.
Okay, cancer research.
Yeah.
So do we hope someday that a man or a woman or a man,
yes, men can get breast cancer, for those of you who do not know that,
can just get some blood drawn and they can tell if you've got cancer?
So there are genetic testing that you can do. Talk to your doctor about risk factors. The BRCA gene is one of those genes that you can get tested for, and it's always important 40 and over to get your yearly mammogram. And also, even before that, especially if you have a family history, or if you have an unknown family history, if you are adopted or don't know anything about your genetic composition, to speak with your doctor about risk factors. But typically 40 and over is a yearly mammogram. And also self-breast exams. I share this tip. It's hump day, feel for a lump day on Wednesdays. Okay? So Wednesdays, it's hump day, feel for a lump day, because it's very important. And this isn't a taboo subject, because when a woman gets breast cancer, it affects her entire family core unit. I mean, usually we're the linchpin, ladies. Let's be honest, the whole kind of everything together. When mama gets sick, it's really hard for the family to continue on. So, and the reason we do only at these events, we only have 4 colors that are allowed, because these pumpkins have a purpose, right? So we wanted to figure out a way to make sure that we're staying focused on what we're doing, and it's not just a free-for-all. So these pumpkins have a purpose. So we have pink for breast cancer awareness, black represents cancer, white represents purity from cancer, silver is hope, and is that all of them? I believe it is. Silver is hope. That's the main one.
What's that one? That's silver.
Silver, yeah.
Silver, okay.
Silver is hope. So there's always a silver lining. That's what. And sometimes it's real hard to find that silver lining when you're going through it, or even fresh off of it. It's hard, and it takes years and years. And depending upon what kind of breast cancer you have, they will recommend different treatment plans. But the main key of this is to find it early and kick its butt early. Like, that's the goal. So it's a family affair. We have lots of kiddos here today, and after the pumpkins are painted, I encourage folks to put it somewhere public, and when they see one of these crazy painted pumpkins, they'll hopefully pause and be like, what is going on? And so that's why there's a little card on each of the pumpkins that kind of explains the why behind all of this. And actually Mizzou is gracious enough to grow us these pink grown pumpkins, which come out of the ground pink,
That's
which
right,
is
that's
amazing to me, as well as other like normal orange ones, which we fixed that with lots of paint and bling. But Tim has been instrumental in all of this, and recently the MU Agronomy Club.
Yes, yes.
Those kids are amazing. They take our little effort here and they were like, here, let's grow you some pumpkins for your use, which let's just say this little grassroots efforts could not do this without their help. So we're so appreciative.
Because I bet everybody can tell you that they're affected by it some way or another.
Yeah.
Directly or indirectly. I just learned in my Sunday school class, one of the ladies' sister just got diagnosed.
Yes.
And it's always something, but that silver, the hope is what's really there.
Yes.
You can see it in their voice that they have hope because of efforts like this for research, for awareness, and treatment. That's what it's all about.
And it's not always rainbows and butterflies through treatment. I mean, they get real sick before getting better, and some don't. But that is where the hope comes in, whether or not it's an immediate treatment plan, but there's always hope for the future, which is why research is imperative. Gotta ixnay cancer in all kinds.
And this is that's so neat, that we have this collaboration between the College of Agriculture, Food and Natural Resources, Ellis Fischel, and folks like yourself, all coming together for such a worthwhile effort that affects everybody.
Everybody. And shout out to all the painters who, once you come to one of these events, you're inducted to what I say, you're a pink warrior, and then after you paint, you're in the pink army. And we have a mission, and that's to just spread encouragement, awareness, and raise funds when we're able.
Yes.
So,
well, Alicia, thank you so much for all your
Thank you.
efforts. This is so much fun. It's so much fun, but such a worthwhile thing. And when I tell folks about it, I can tell it touches their heart.
It does. It does. And I'm overwhelmed usually with the stories I hear that I get to be just a small part of. And I just hope that everybody who comes here to paint and is part of it also feels the love and support.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Alicia.
you, Tim.
All right.
Appreciate it.